everyone. Today you're going to take a practice quiz. This will just help you to know what kind of submissions you might have to use on some of the questions moving forward. I just wanted to give you time to practice these things before you saw it on a real assessment. So today we're going to practice typing using this function button. That'll help us type in a math mode, and you're also going to have to submit a picture of your work. All right, so here our first question. This will be exactly what your quiz looks like. Okay, I want you on paper to completely factor this polynomial. Once you've done that, you're going to submit a picture showing all of your work. And the big thing here that I need from you is your final answer to be boxed or circled. The easier it is for me to find your work and understand your work and be able to see that final answer, the more points you're going to get on this. Okay, I even gave you a little hint today, since this can help you practice for your next quiz. Here's what your final answer should be, so hopefully you can get that. But in order to take a picture of your work, this could either be taken on your phone, and then you could email yourself that picture and then save it on your computer. You could just hold up your sheet of paper in front of a webcam, but however you end up saving that image on your computer, you can click this button here. And I called mine practice quiz question 1. So if I hit open, okay, if you did this correctly, you're going to see your answer over here. Oh, look, you can even see it nice and big. Look at that. So I labeled this nice and neat. This was my work for question 1. In case some of these assessments, you have to submit multiple answers. This will just help you keep you organized. If on your sheet of paper, you can be as neat as possible. Here's question 1. Again, here's my answer to question 1. I circled it, I boxed it. That'll make it really easy for me to grade there. Okay, so that's if you're submitting your work, circling your answer, boxing your answer. And then we have some other tools here that I wanted to show you how to use. So this is an essay question, and you're going to want to use this FX tool. Okay, so we can see it over here. It's called MathQuill. And that'll help us type in the following polynomial just how we see it. Okay, so if I click on that MathQuill, I can even, oh, maybe can I not move that? That's silly. I thought she could move the box. So what you're going to need to do is write down this original polynomial on a sheet of paper, and then you'd be able to type in what you want to see there. So I need a negative. I could use all the symbols up here. If I want to just use that negative sign on my keyboard, that's fine too, but I could do a negative 37, typing that in from my keyboard, and then I have an X. And here's my little exponent button. So if I hit that, it's going to take me up to where my exponents are, and I'm going to put a 3. Okay, to get out of typing in that exponent, I'm going to arrow to the right, similar to what you'd have to do on your calculator, and then I'd go plus 18.5 x squared, again, arrowing to the right, and what was left in the rest of this. If you want to use the caret button, you can do that shift number 6 on your keyboard. That caret takes you up to the exponent 2. Otherwise, we can always just click here. All right, and then when I'm done, okay, my answer is going to look super goofy right here. To double check that that's what I'd want, I could select this and go back into the math quill, and that'll just help me double check that I typed it in correctly there. Okay, so again, I'm going to have to write down this polynomial here. It's on my paper, and that way when I go to type it in, even though this math quill box is going to block it, I don't think there's any way for me to move that around, unfortunately. I'll be able to type in what I see from my paper now. So I've got a g of x. So when I use that parentheses, they're suggesting that I need a right parenthesis. So you could either arrow to the right because that looks good. So you'll have to type that in, make it dark. It's just suggesting where to put it. Then I need a negative 7x squared, arrowing to the right, plus this square root button. I need the square root of 17. Okay, and now I need to arrow to the right, get out of that square root sign, and then go plus 4x. Okay. This one should go nice and quick if we have this written down on our paper first. Okay, so again, I'm starting with g of x. Closing my parentheses there. This equals parenthesis x minus 7, suggesting I put a parenthesis there. Now it's dark. We need to square that. Arrow to the right. And then we've got times negative 3x plus 2. And again, I need that right parenthesis there. And then here's our last one. I just wanted to show you with a fraction in case we ever do some typing that requires a fraction. The rest should be pretty self-explanatory now. Raising it to the 8th. And then this was plus 17 over 2. So on my keyboard, I'm going to use that backslash button. And that's how I get my fraction bar. Okay, and I'm ready to submit. Then I'll have to go through and grade this. And then check back here to see what the comments are. Like maybe I said that you typed in number 2 incorrectly. And then I'd be waiting to help you there. All right, so let me know if you have any questions on that. But hopefully it helps you out before we get to these types of questions on your real assessments.